Working for you. A weekly talk radio program which highlights developments of national interest and the activities of your St. Kitts Nevis government. Join host Roy Williams as he presents news, views, reports, and interviews about everything regarding the activities of the Team Unity government and the building of our communities and the development of St. Kitts Nevis. Tune in and call in to interact with your government and share your views regarding the upward forward development of your community and our beautiful Twin Island Federation. Working for You is weekly, every Wednesday live from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. on ZIZ Radio, Win FM, and Sugar City FM with rebroadcast on participating stations.
Working for You. And welcome to another edition of Working for You, the weekly radio and television program where people can be informed about what is happening within the government. Today is the 31st day of August, the last day of August 2016, and I am your host, Roy Williams. Today I am very pleased to have with me two distinguished gentlemen, Mr. Wendell Watley, who is a postal consultant, and the Postmaster General, the new Postmaster General, Mr. Dario Gill. And today we will be informed about matters having to do with our post office, our postal system. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is a pleasure to have you on this program.
Okay, thank you.
Now, of course, our postal system is an extremely important one within the Federation. Mr. Gill, you have been appointed Postmaster General, if it is my understanding. Is it in November of last year?
October the 1st.
October the 1st of last year.
Yes.
So you're new in the job.
Yes, sir.
Many people do not know you and probably do not know that you are the new Postmaster General. So I would like you to give us a little background about yourself and basically what do you bring to the job? What do you bring to the post?
Okay, a little background about myself. Before I started at the post office on the 1st of October last year, before that I worked at Otley's Plantation. I worked at a hotel, couple of hotels before. Previous to that, I worked at the Four Seasons. So, background, basically, it was in customer service.
Right.
Okay. We all know customer service is very important when it comes to all facets of business, and especially in the government sector.
Right.
Because we will hear people speak about the customer service in certain departments in government. So with that said, in my position as postmaster, I would try to improve on the customer service within the post office.
Okay, which is, of course, customer service.
Yes.
Is always extremely important in any organization or institution. Now, it is my understanding that the post office has a strategic plan, 2016 to 2020. It's a 5-year plan. And could you outline basically what is in this plan?
Okay.
Or some of the things that are in this plan?
Yes. Okay. First off, I'll mention the mission statement. The mission statement states that the Postal Service is committed to the provision of consistently high quality of affordable postal products and services to satisfy the varied requirements of our valued customers in an efficient and professional manner. Okay. The core values and beliefs: passion for understanding and satisfying our customer needs, working together for the maintenance of organizational integrity, personal commitment to the implementation of agreed plans and policies, accountability for all actions which affect positively or negatively the organizational objectives. The aim to transform the St. Kitts and Nevis Postal Services into a business-oriented, profit-making organization, which is staffed by well-trained, competent, and committed professionals. Some of our objectives: to improve the quality and variety of postal services, to provide services that reflect customer needs, to improve financial management and control systems, to improve building and other postal infrastructures, and to provide staff and customers with better operating environment, and to create a management structure that is capable of meeting the demands of the modern business-oriented organization.
Okay, now what are some of the new initiatives basically that you have in this plan?
Some of the new initiatives, I mentioned the U.S. mailbox service, which was launched last year, October the 9th, coincide with World Post Day. Okay, so we're trying to reinvent ourselves when it comes to the post office. And you would realize that now the trend with everyone is ordering online purchasing, online shopping. And now you can set up a US mailbox, have an account, and order on Amazon, etc., eBay, what have you. And then it's freight forwarded to St. Kitts and Nevis, which is very convenient. So we decided to get into that area based on the popularity, the high demand among the public. And so we started last year, October the 9th, as I said. And this coming October the 9th would be the first anniversary of our service. And we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well so far, yes.
So you're encouraging people to use this
yes
US mailing address?
Yes. Yes. We I know we're new to the block, so to speak, new kid on the block when it comes to the US mailbox, but we're holding our own. We're giving the competitors a run for their money, and that's at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, who will be your competitors? People like KDP.
KDP, there's NR Sales.
NR Sales.
Yes, a couple of small players. Yes.
Okay, and also you have your express service.
Yes, the express mail has been around for a number of years, so it's, you could say, one of the cornerstones of the postal service. Okay, core services of the post office. It's holding its own. I would say we still have to promote it some more.
Yes.
Market it some more, so the persons are aware of the express mail and so forth, the service that we offer. Yes.
And then you have FedEx and DHL.
We have competitors like FedEx.
Money transfer. Where does it fit into all of this?
Yes. Well, with the money transfer, we don't have that presently.
You don't.
Right.
Okay.
But it's something we have to look at in the future. There's some of the other postal services in regionally, they do have partnerships with MoneyGram, for example. I think Anguilla has partnership with MoneyGram and some of the others. So that is something we have to look at.
Okay. Good. Now, it is on my understanding that World Post Day, there is actually a day that is dedicated to World Post.
Correct.
Post offices worldwide, which is in October 9th. Could you give us a little history of World Post Day and what are some of the week activities that are being planned for this to celebrate this?
Yes, certainly. So World Post Day, give you a little background. It's on October the 9th, celebrated every year October the 9th. October the 9th was when the UPU, Universal Postal Union, was founded.
Right.
So that is the reason why we celebrate World Post Day on October the 9th. The UPU was founded in 1874, so that would make 142 years.
Wow.
Yes. It's come next October the 9th of existence. So it's the second oldest organization, international organization. It's formed as a part of the UN, United Nations. So their responsibility is to do with postal affairs, postal matters, and so forth. Okay. So in terms of our activities, week of activities come October, we plan on having, of course, church service. Coincidentally, October the 9th falls on a Sunday. So we will have church service, of course, and we will have activities, for example, a walk, staff, our luncheon, outreach to the schools, also donations to probably the children or what have you. Yes.
Okay.
Customer appreciation there.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's good that at least, we still celebrate World Post Day. Some people say that the post office, or what we call the snail mail, is becoming obsolete, because today we have, with modern technology, we have the email, which is, less costly and very fast. Somebody can get a message in New York in a few seconds, less, and so on. So what do you think of this?
Well, what you said is true. There is no if and or buts about it. The letter post is on the decline. It's been like that for a number of years.
Yes.
Okay, and that's nothing. It's not going to change.
Right.
It's how it's going to be. So in terms of the post office reinventing itself, that's why we trying to find new revenue streams. Like, as I mentioned, the US mailbox. Hoping to have e-commerce sometime in the near future, where persons can sell their products. If you have a small business, we can host your page and so forth. In terms of the payments and so forth, we can do all of that for you as well. Yes, so that is something we're looking at as well.
So with email, post offices in St. Kitts, and we can probably speak about regionally and internationally, have been losing revenue.
Yes.
Because people are not using post offices
exactly
as much as they used to, because of email. So now you are looking for other means of revenue.
Correct.
Okay, good. Now what are some of the other challenges that the post office will face? That's one. For example, looking for other means of revenue. Any other challenge?
I would say one of the challenges would be that if we are trying to find new revenue streams, we might get into, for example, with the US mailbox. We got into it pretty late. You had established players already in the game. So, we were like getting in and playing catch up. But at least we're in the game. And once you have good service, good customer service, competitive rates, and so forth, the word will get around.
Sure.
And customers would ask questions.
Sure.
They would, change from one company to another. So those things can happen. So it's just for us to always improve on the customer service, have competitive prices, and just continue to reinvent ourselves as post office. Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Watley, you're here very silent, but you were Postmaster General at one time, so you're pretty much on top of your game in terms of what is happening and so on. Now you're consultant to the Postmaster General and in affairs having to do with the postal system. Now, there is a new postal code system in St. Kitts. Would you tell us a little bit about this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. No postal code system has not been officially launch as yet. As a matter of fact, we're using this opportunity to sensitize the public with respect to that postal code system. The new postal code system will be officially launched on the 9th of October by the Minister with responsibility for postal services, Mr. Ian Liban. What I'll do at this time, if you allow me, is to provide some information with this, to the general public with respect to the postal code system and what it is, why it's important to St. Kitts and Nevis, and what are involved, what are the things that are involved with respect to this particular system. The St. Kitts and Nevis postal code system basically is established to ensure that the delivery of customer mails is made more efficient. That is, that people can get their, whether it's letter, post mail, or packages more efficiently. Okay. The postal code is often referred to as a postcode or zip code. In the United States, for example, you will hear reference to a zip code, and each state would have a particular zip code. It is essential. It is an essential and a part of a postal address. It is a unique identifier that identifies an addressee's location and assists in the transmission, sorting, delivery of mail items. A postal code usually consists of a sequence of letters and numbers, or numbers only. In some cases, like in the case of the United States, they have numbers. In the case of the St. Kitts Nevis post code, it will have an alphanumeric system, which is number and letters. I will provide some more details shortly. Now, despite St. Kitts and Nevis being relatively small, comparatively speaking, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis certainly requires a postal code system. The postal code system allows a number of persons and organizations to benefit. For example, in the private sector, the companies like, say, if I may name some, FedEx, DHL, and so on, and some of the financial institutions and businesses, they would be able to get their bulk mailing system. For example, they send out a large amount of mail. It is much easier for those mails to be delivered.
Yes.
And also mails that are coming into those organizations. It also assists the public sector, Inland Revenue, Immigration Department, Social Security, Water Department, and so forth. That's a lot of bills, send a fair amount of bills out within their billing system. In addition to that, West University, Windsor, those universities that are established on St. Kitts and Nevis, they would benefit from that postal code system as well. Now, how does a postal code system work? And how does it, look in the case of St. Kitts and Nevis? Each segment of the postal code, when read from the left to the right, provides step-by-step information regarding the destination of the mail item. The post code narrows down the item's destination to small geographic points, right? And I'll give you an example. For example, in the case of the postcode, say, for St. Kitts and Nevis, it has two segments, segments. One is a number, and one is a letter or letters. It starts with KN. the KN segment refers to the St. Kitts and Nevis country code. So whenever you see KN, worldwide, everybody within the postal system knows that KN refers to St. Kitts. So there's no problem there.
Right.
Sometimes, you see thing Bass Star, like in the case of is Guadeloupe.
Yes.
Yeah, right? There will be no problem because once you see that code on the mail, you know KN, there has to be St. Kitts.
Oh, we used to have SKN,
Yeah.
but it's KN.
KN, that's our country code within the postal system.
Right.
Okay? So, in the case of KN, that's St. Kitts code, country code, the first two digits, 01, right? Or 08, as in the example, as you have in front of you, Mr. Williams.
Yes.
The first two digits points to the postal zone. They identify the post office, says in St. Kitts, or in the case of Nevis, the parishes in which the mails are to be delivered.